Hey everyone, it's Justine, and I'm counting down the top 10 cards of 2017, starting with number 10. This card here was a nice video to show you how you can take really basic solid shape stamps and make some very beautiful and intricate cards. I created 6 different cards actually in the end when it was all finished using these inks as well as these stamps in order to create a really cool backgrounds, and they're just really neat and the versatility is just amazing, and it's probably something you never would have thought from this color drop stamp from My Favorite Things. If you're interested in checking out the full videos of these sneak peeks here, you can check out the video description below, and I'll have all the links to the videos, and they have all the supply lists listed in the video description. There are many just different ideas and backgrounds that you can use and die cuts to really make them super fun. Number 9 was the comparison of Distress Oxides. Now, Distress Oxides came out in 2017 at Creativation, and I was able to get my hands on them as one of the first people to be able to do so, so I was really excited to compare them from regular Distress inks to Distress Oxide. The main difference is that Distress Oxide have a pigment in them, so they're a little bit more vibrant, and they react to water a bit differently. So if you'd like to learn more about those, I'll have the link in the video description. Number 8, everybody loves a good, quick, and easy card, and there's no better way to achieve that than with some really pretty die cuts and a way to color them. I used Perfect Pearls in this video to create a really fun background with some purple, blues, and greens that were laying over a very simple background for the Simon Says Stamp Cherish Release blog hop. I also created another background using some white pigment ink, as well as another card using an intricate background stamp, but just embossing it on white. And this was a really beautiful look for, let's say, wedding cards or anniversary or things like that. Really just gorgeous by the time they're all said and done. Another thing I've been really enjoying in 2017 are Simon Says Stamp intricate background cling stamps. This one here is the Emma stamp, and I stamped it in several different ways on craft as well as white cardstock to create some really fun cards and a nice card set. They're really just gorgeous. You can do so much with them, and the intricate details are so much fun. Whether it be just embossing using some white or some copper embossing powder, or actually stamping with them and creating a blend over top, the possibilities are really endless. Now for card number 6, this is the Joseph's Coat technique. This technique involves adding some blending to a background, so you can do a variety of colors. I chose to do rainbow colors for this one. And then you let the inks dry on the paper fully and completely, and you can use a background stamp like this one from the Ton Stamps, and you just simply emboss over it with some clear embossing powder. Now what this does when you're doing that is it creates a resist, so that color is going to shine through no matter what. And based on how much solid space is on your stamps is really going to determine how this effect looks. Then you go ahead and you start from the outside and work your way in, and you blend in some black ink to create a really cool card. Number 5 is a gorgeous shaker card. This was actually my favorite card of 2017 out of all of them. It's a number 10 card, so it's a really long card. I believe it measures 9 by 3 when it's all finished. So I went in and die cut these beautiful flora or these flutter dies from Concord and Ninth. And I used the solid space to create a window, and then I simply added some shaker beads and sequins and things to each of the windows in different and various colors. I then added my butterfly background to the top, and there I had 3 separate shakers in a really long card. I simply finished it by embellishing it with the other die that I cut out. Now, I don't know about you, but I love quick, easy, and simple, and this video here was great for Christmas cards. In about 20 minutes, I was able to create in about an hour, I was able to create about 25 cards, and it was really great for my Christmas cards this year, for quick and easy tags and things like that using the Thermo Web from Gina Kay. Number 3 was another Distress Oxide video. Everybody really loved the Distress Oxides this year, so different ways to use them. So we went through different techniques that were available, for example, like blending the colors together. So this is pretty standard for all Distress inks to be able to blend them together. However, the reaction with water really is the best part. Then I went on to do other things, for example, like watercoloring these cards using some watercolor paper and just doing a wash over top of them. So they really do watercolor quite seamlessly and beautifully. And once again, adding some water to it afterwards really makes a difference. The difference between the regular Oxide and the Distress Oxide is you can stamp really detailed patterns as well, where the regular Distress didn't really give you that intricate detail. You can also do it for stamping in various colors and things like that. So here I use my Misty to create different color patterns on the background. Or you can simply swipe your card through the mist and through the ink and then create some really fun cards. And you can see that I've embellished with various die cuts from my favorite companies. Now for moving on to card number 2. This card here was my first time ever working with Gina Kay Designs, and we've worked together a few times since then. I used the A Year in Flowers 2 stamp, and I created a really fun background, and I created many different backgrounds using this technique so that I was able to create all sorts of different types of cards in a nice set that all had the same stamped background but a very different look in the end. So once again, it seems like the bulk card videos are definitely the ones everybody likes to watch this year, and I'm definitely going to be continuing to make those throughout the year along with regular tutorials as well. And now for the last card and the most popular of the year for sure is this Popup Happy Birthday. Unfortunately, the stamp set and die I believe have retired, but it really was a fun video to make, and it's really fun to watch the Popup die come to life. You simply had to die cut your card base right in the middle with this Popup die, pop everything out here that didn't originally do so, and you could have decorated it with some of the stamps and dies that came with the set. So little bows and little presents, and you could make all sorts of things. And then you just simply pushed and prodded until it all came together, and then it took a little bit of practice, but it was pretty fun, and create this pop-up die that actually folded flat when it was all finished. So those were the top 10 cards of 2017. Those are the card tutorials. I also wanted to do an honorable mention that 2 other videos made the top 10 most viewed, however they weren't tutorials. For example, the stamps and dies that I'll never purge. I created a video of all the things that have stayed in my stash for a very long time. And not only that, but I actually showed examples of the cards that I've made with them and linked to the video tutorials that were available for those stamp sets, so you can see which ones really have lasted quite a long time in my collection. And the last video, of course, was my craft room tour of 2017. Looking at the photo now, I see my ink collection has grown. And it was really fun to do this card tutorial, or this tour of my craft room, and be able to show you all the little things that were going on, how I organized my inks, my stamps, paper, and all the things in my very brand new craft room that I absolutely adore. And that was the top 10 videos of 2017. I just wanted to say a quick thank you to everyone who watches my videos, who leaves comments, who messages me, who asks questions. Thank you so much for being a part of my crafty life and my journey so far. I really appreciate each and every one of you, and I hope you have a happy, healthy 2018. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Bye.